Okay, we just got the Kni-Co Alaskan. If you've been watching us, this is our third stove in less than 2 seasons of hot tenting in the winter. We've gone through a learning curve, let's just say that. We're hoping that this is the one. I'm going to do a follow-up video to this one where we go over the 3 stoves, but this one's just going to be about the Kni-Co Alaskan.
Okay.
Oh man.
There you go.
It's beautiful already. But
I've done that before.
yeah. The thing with these stoves, they will not stay pretty. As soon as this is the only time it's ever going to be pretty. As soon as we burn it, it's going to look like it's an old stove, and that's just the way it is. It's not a big deal. Okay, that looks solid, feels solid. I like this. We got an elbow so we can angle it out of our tent. It's recommended that you put sand on the bottom, but we have a false bottom from our old stove, which I'm hoping is going to fit in here. Same size. Oh, the box is actually surprisingly light. In total, this whole thing with pipes weighs 11 kilograms, which I think is about 24 or 25 pounds. So it's not light, but it's not that heavy either. Oh man.
Fit?
Nope. So it looks like our old false bottom isn't gonna fit. It's a little too long. Comes with a 5-inch pipe that tapers so that it can nest, which is actually not our preference really, because when it's minus 30, let's say, or minus 20, these are cold, they may be caked up with creosote, they can be really hard to get in and out from each other. But with a stove, with a pipe this size, they kind of have to nest, because otherwise you'll take up a ton of storage room. At least this way they all fit in the stove. Oh, this is the piece for the damper, see? Okay, I was wondering what this little one was. So the elbow, I'm just going to shoot more or less straight up right now so that we don't have to make a bipod to support the pipe. Shooting that right in there. The damper I also won't bother with right now. We just want to burn this off to get the manufacturing oils and chemicals off before we burn it in the hot tent, where we'd be breathing in those fumes, toxic fumes. We just want to burn off the pipes that are going to be inside the tent. These two would be on the outside, so I don't care if they off gas when we use it when we're actually in the tent. Trains going by there, as you can hear. And it comes with little screws for securing the pipe. If you're in like windy conditions, you might want to do that. If you're in a permanent setup where you're not moving the stove all the time, then that might be good, but we likely won't bother with the screws in the pipe. We're gonna take just a second here to put in the damper. You just put in this piece here and then feed this like needly part through. It's not the best terminology, but you know, if you have eyes, then you'll know what I'm talking about. Feed it through and then compress the little spring there. There. And now it can turn and hold it in position.
Got some leftover scraps from my woodworking hobbies.
Yeah, this should go like a bomb. So once the stove really gets going, we're going to want to get away from it, because all the manufacturing residue on it is not good to breathe in. There we go. Oh yeah. Easy peasy. Alright, say goodbye to that pretty sheen on the metal. I'll tell you, after having the G stove, it is really nice to have a full-size stove again. There's so much room to work with, it's not so fussy and intricate. It just fits in there. You don't have to cut it to the size much. Sweet. The door is stuck. I guess the heat expanded the metal and there we go. Erin to the rescue. Is there anything she can't do?
Math! Alright, I'm gonna put some coffee on.
Making heat. Might as well use it.
This is my favorite way of making coffee at home.
The stovepipe wiggles around quite a lot without a bipod, so I just put a little 2x4 in there, 2x6, whatever it is, to support it. So it'll smolder eventually, but again, this isn't a long burn.
Oh, that's good.
So, my first impressions of the stove. I guess here's where I'm supposed to say, oh, look at the quality of the welding. Like, I don't know the first thing about welding. So in terms of quality, you can't say anything on your first burn, other than that Kni-Co has a good name, and I think other people can speak to the quality better than I could at this point. But in terms of features, I like the legs. They get the stove to a nice height, and they're easy to fold out. The door is solid. It's on there. It's like hinged all the way up. Our old stove only had like 2 flimsy hinges, which eventually gave out. It locks fine, except for when it got stuck, but when metal expands, that's fine. It's gonna happen. The damper on the door should be fine as long as these little pieces to hold it don't get too hot. We'll see, they're fine right now. The pipe damper is working well. It's holding in position as it should. And I personally just love a full-size stove like this rather than trying to go too small. Yeah, first impression's good. The next video I'm going to be comparing this stove to the G-Stove Heat and View XL and to our oldest Great West Metal 12 by 12 by 24 inch stove. Same dimensions as this, but way worse quality. I feel like we've gone through like a Goldilocks path with our purchasing. We went to one end, then the other, and now we found one that's just right, I think. So stay tuned for that one. If you're looking to buy a stove for the first time, I think you'll learn a lot from our mistakes and hopefully save yourself some money by watching this next video.